Hi, future kindergartners and parents. I'm Natalie Miller.
And I'm Ellen Guilford, and we're occupational therapists with CCPS. Today we're going to talk about scissor cutting skills. And that's a really important skill to have, especially for kindergartners, because it was the way they show what they know before they're able to write. The first thing your child needs to know is how to hold the scissors. Most children, when they begin, will first hold the scissors using two hands and start snipping that way. And that's developmentally appropriate. You want to show them how to hold it the right way when they're ready by placing their thumb in the small hole, their long fingers through their pinky in the bigger hole, and then the index finger usually goes on the outside, but they may start with it on the inside. You can have them keep their thumb on the top and try to have them keep their arms down at their sides. We don't want chicken wings because we're not chickens. You can also draw a smiley face on their thumb, which will show them how to keep the thumb on top, because the smile will remain smiling instead of a frown. You can also teach them a little song. My thumb goes on the top, and then I chop and chop. My thumb goes on the top, and then I chop and chop, to help them remember to keep that thumbs up. After they learn to open and close the scissors, they're going to snip paper. Just randomly snipping paper, no lines or anything. They'll hold the paper with their non-dominant hand and just snip away with the other hand. Next, you can give them an index card. It's thicker and easier to hold and manipulate than plain paper, and they'll snip across. The next skill is cutting on a straight line. Make sure it's nice and thick so they can cut on that target more easily. And by about age 4, they can cut on a 6-inch line within about a 1/4 inch of the line. They don't have to be right on the line to start with. 1/4 inch is fine. They may start a 1/2 inch away. They'll get there with practice. Next, they'll cut on a curved line. Again, use a nice thick line and have them follow the target. The next skill is cutting out a circle. We want to start with a really nice big circle to begin with, because they'll be bringing in another skill using that other hand to turn as they cut and using both hands together. Natalie is a right-handed scissor user, so she's going to go in on the right-hand side of the circle. If you have a lefty, have them go in on the left side of the circle. And you're going to teach them to keep turning and cutting. This skill takes some time, so just be patient. Generally, by about age 4, they'll get this skill down. Then they'll cut out a square. This is about by the age of 5. They'll work towards preserving the corners. First, they're going to cut off the corners, but the way to encourage them to preserve the corners is to cut a little past the corner before they turn the paper. And then cut the next side. Cut a little bit past and cut, and then turn and cut on the next side. Here's some ideas for cutting. It's much more fun to practice using things other than paper. We like to have the kids cut out silly putty or Play-Doh, snakes. They can roll out a snake. And pretend they're cutting cookies. Just snip along the line, and this strengthens their fingers for cutting. Silly putty is a little harder to cut, so that really works, is resistive and helps them work their muscles. They can cut thin cardboard like cereal boxes. They can work on cutting out the shapes that are already on the box or just snipping. Going through both sides is a little harder. Going through one side of the paper is a little easier. Okay. Drinking straws are fun. They can cut them into pieces and string them to make necklaces. Or they can work on catching the pieces. Old birthday cards are fun. They have all the pictures. They can make a collage out of it. So many materials you have around the house. You really don't have to buy a bunch of new things for them to cut. Wrapping paper, we all have that laying around. This one happens to have circles. They can keep practicing on the lines, cutting out circles. And then another great idea that we like to use here is putting stickers on those nice thick lines. First, you'll put a lot of stickers on the line, and they'll shoot for those targets. As they get better, you'll put fewer stickers on there. And finally, just one target sticker at the end. You can also use glue dots for this. So there's other ways to work on scissor skills that don't involve scissors at all. And one great way is to use tongs or tweezers, clothespins, and have kids do things like pick up little pom-poms or cereal pieces. It strengthens the muscles that they would use for cutting as well as for handwriting. You can make your own cheap little pair of tweezers by taking some popsicle sticks, a pom-pom, and some rubber bands. And the pom-pom is right in between the rubber bands there. And you can use those again to pick up pom-poms. And there you have some ideas for working on scissor skills to help your kids get ready for kindergarten. Enjoy, but remember, kids, don't cut your hair.